Alright, we are back. We're doing pretty decent with decorum, I would say. Maybe get it up a little bit higher. Is this the beginning of the week or what is this? Oh fuck. She's gone. Heads hang low amongst the crew. Alright, so we're gonna... where are those beer kegs? Can feed that to the furnace, feed that to the furnace. I don't know, is that food? Yeah. I think. Yeah, it is. Well, that's not a lot of food, but... Ah, well. Kasha. Captain, take a look at this. Before the ship sank, I was checking the cabins of, well, the missing crew. Seemed they left behind a good amount of their belongings, a good few books and the like. Not much use for them now. I put them at the top of the list to burn for fuel. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We are in need as much fuel as we can find, Belford. You will need good reason to preserve them. These simply aren't novels the missing crew brought with them for leisure. They left their journals behind, their diaries, logs of their life on the ship and before. This can't be burned. I suppose the sailor would not take kindly to burning the remnants of their lost colleagues. Aye, but what else do we have? Not much else we can burn, is there? We need the fuel, Hammond. Take the books and burn them. Is that entirely necessary? Aye, unless you have an alternative. I know, but my report. Is it going to keep us from freezing to death, is it? Right, I understand. Then we shouldn't lose loyalty for that, but whatever. Shaw, I don't suppose you've been keeping track of the days? I have a general sense. Well, you'll be pleased to know that today is Imbolg. I am not aware of such an occasion. Not surprised you wouldn't recognize it. To us, it's a major holiday. Don't expect the ask for the day off. No, Imbolg often comes with a traditional feast. I thought it might be a good one to hold for the sailor's sake. I see no problem. There goes all of our food. Treat them to a feast. I'll see it to you. Okay. I'll make sure they have the best Imbolg feast they can. Didn't we just speak to Junior? Shaw, I was investigating the 10 foods we picked from the Temperance. I should have expected this, but the tents were spoiled in the flooding. Is it still edible? Are you serious? We cannot afford to be too selective. It may not be pleasant, but if it can be eaten without poisoning the crew, it may still serve in rations. Hard to tell for certain. Well, it's certain to taste like death, but it may still be edible. The may is the sentence. It's not so comforting. Food is food, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. What do you think? It's not worth the risk. I have no intention of poisoning my crew. I suppose we're better off avoiding that one. 1 tin of peaches likely isn't worth the risk of poisoning. Okay. No, I'm not going to poison the crew. That's terrible. But we do need... everybody needs to go hunting. Like, stat. I can't help it if y'all get hurt. Well, freezing. Okay, we won't send you out. Demoralized. We need as much food as we can have. Mark down the hunt for the week. Who else? You? Go. And then, oh, nice. We have fish. Do we have enough dogs? No, he's kind of elderly. Oh, fuck. I don't have enough. God damn it. Whatever. We'll get it the following week. That's good though. We need this. The fish? I think that, I mean, it looks like fish to me, but. Does anybody need to go here? No. They should always be making piers. Yeah, okay. Oh, we don't need to know. We're doing fairly okay. The kennel, what's going on? You rub its chin. It offers you its paw. You scratch its head. The furnace. Yeah. Here's spoiled rations. We can definitely put it in the furnace. We definitely can. Which one's better? Coal? Yeah, this. Alright. That's something used to raise the heat. Excuse me. We're gonna need more food. Wait, it doesn't even, oof. Yeah. Good. Do you have any experience with cameras? No, but they can't be too complicated. Why? Did you go break yours? No, but I was wondering that if something did happen, would you at least have some parts to fix it with? I should. Question is if I wanted to waste good parts on a bloody camera. Spare parts? You're hardly going to be wasting them. What more can we spare scrap be used for? You have no idea. Okay. The crew have their meal. I know we're kind of low on food. Okay. I think that's kind of all. Unless, oh. Shaw, it has been quite some time since we met. When I first met you at the docks, I knew you were suited for this role. Are your thoughts different now? That remains to be seen, does it not? I could say I did not see this turn of events ahead of us. Okay. Timbog. Aye, Timbog. Didn't expect a proper feast on the ice. How'd you talk Shaw into this? Wasn't hard at all. Good to hear. Alright lads, it'll be a while before we get to eat like this again. Soak it in. Good to see you didn't hide away from the crew this evening, Shaw. You didn't seem the type when I first saw you. Call it a pleasant surprise. I'm sure I have more in common with you than the usual colonial sort. I've heard the same thing from plenty that share your background. Whatever. And the Templeton's team tried to talk to me while I was working. They were going on and on about their spouse or something. I ended up telling them to fuck off. I think they got the message. You have full permission to do so at any time your work is interrupted. Didn't need permission. But I knew you'd understand. Watching those young pups don't know how I had that much energy. Hard, you're not alone there, friend. Hard to remember days I moved into this cane. Harder to remember having both eyes to look like us one day. Well, let's hope not. You know. Like the kennels used by a pair of dogs engaged in an aggressive conflict. Teeth bared and snarling, the two creatures snap at each other. Cordell is nowhere to be seen, but the kennel master's whip has been left aside, resting atop a crate. As you look on, the fight begins to intensify. Grab the whip and crack it yourself. With Cordell out of sight, you elect to break up a fight amongst the dogs yourself. You take the whip atop the crate, turn your attention to the sparing animals. As you raise the whip, readying it to crack, when a voice behind you. Oh. What do you think you're doing, Shaw? You turn over to Cordell, standing before with the glare. Put that silly thing down. The whip is only for matters of life and death. Neither of them are going for the throat. These boisterous displays are common amongst the pack. A simple feed and they'll stop. Cordell takes the whip from your hand and places it back atop the crate. Shaw, if you see something that concerns my pack, inform me before you decide to do something foolish. Cordell returns to the kennel as you make your way back to the camp at large. I don't care. He stares at you before nodding to his sleeping bag. Evening, Shaw. I've been thinking about our pay once we return to land. Har, don't mistake me for an avaricious? I don't know. An ambitious sort, but I do have expenses to pay. Before we depart, I received a letter from one of my daughters asking to cover the cost of her stage school. It'd be a shame to promise a luxury only to retract it, don't you think? I wasn't aware you had a daughter, Kurt. Two, in fact. Both were with my first wife. Okay. So we're done with this week. I know, we're out of food. We ain't got no food. Can't even do that. Can't even do that. So we're gonna be starving. Hopefully nobody dies. Okay. Caveat, yeah. Okay, but I need to get people in the medical tent. I tried to separate my developing equipment from your tools as best as I could while setting up. We wouldn't want any of them to be mixed up, would we? It's quite alright. I hope my work doesn't distract you from your own. We'll just have to make do. I suppose if tent space is a chief of our worries, we should consider ourselves lucky, right? Yes, I suppose so. Do you prefer to go by Dr. Nutley or just Nutley? Ah, well, I still think of Nutley as my father's name mainly. I see. Perhaps you prefer Arthur then. Arthur is also my father's name. How unfortunate. For now, I'll just stick with Doctor. Is that okay? Of course. Med Bay. Who all... Okay, you're... Hold on. Freezing, that's fine. With being malnourished, do you put them to Med Bay? Oh, hold up. I want them to make this. Okay. Let's do our duties first. Captain, thank you for building some proper shelter for my dogs. I appreciate the assistance from the crew. While the dogs are an important factor in this expedition, I'm certain you and your kin will repay us in kind. You need not worry about that, Mr. Templeton. Again, thank you, Shaw. Shaw, got a matter we need to settle with you. I don't see a problem here. Tucker was going through his personal belongings on the ship and we found this. A tin of treats, biscuits, confectionaries, quite a lot. And now I was hardly hiding them away. They're just my own private selection, a gift from my grandmother before the expedition baked them herself. I understand you see these as your personal effects, and that was a true point, but as it stands, food is food and we all need what we can. You cannot reasonably hoard it to yourself. They're hardly filling. They're just some biscuits. They're filling enough. Listen, now's not the time to keep something like that to yourself. Agreed, Tucker. Hand in the tin. It will join our rations. I understand times like this. But what we're going to do, we're going straight to the map. I'm not gonna send you out there, but I will send... Well, I don't want to send all of you different ones. No, he has, yeah. Are these the... I'm not gonna send him. I'll send you two. Okay. Yeah, so let's feed the hosh pit. Oh, where? There goes 20. Well, we don't have a lot, but I am gonna crank the furnace up. Yeah. Feed the furnace. I just don't want... Yeah, resource items gonna be spent here for instant effects increasing fuel. Okay. Yeah, I want to feed the furnace. Yep, there we go. And I think we're good. We're moving on to week 10. The crew had their meal. Okay. I'm gonna call the night sea for breakfast. Worked with a lot of captains in my time. Half of them don't know their R's from their L though. You're different from most of them. Better or worse? Different. We'll see, won't we? Okay. What's that? One of the doctor's books. Since when could you read? It's got pictures, Dad. You're interested in medicine, are you? A little. Better work than this. Anyway. Reading, Mr. Templeton? Yes, though it's difficult to find light. Do those your age still read, or has intellectualism passed us by? Well, I haven't read Chilling Horrors like yourself. Is that a collection, Mr. Templeton? Is it a good read, nonetheless? Oh, it's a good read, nonetheless. Barely any taste of these fucking cigs. You mentioned before. What brand are they, anyway? Apperton. Same group who tins those peaches. Yeah, they're shite. At least there's plenty of it. Would rather there wasn't. Would rather be craving at a time like this. Suppose not. There's just... I don't know. What do they know about tobacco? Fair point. Building next to my Kindles would often play music on the... I don't know what that said. I'd hear it through open windows for months on end, and I would hear it as I worked. Over time, I'd grown used to it. You miss it? To an extent. More so I miss the routine. Well, I can't help you. He stares at you before nodding to his sleeping bag. Try the morbid shawl, but our last conversation has me wondering about those children of mine. Specifically, I wondered on whether I'd ever see them again. It's not something you should imagine. I know, but that threat always exists on these expeditions, and I signed on knowing that. They must be proud to have a famed explorer for a father. You would think. A famed man makes for a busy money. A busy man, and a busy man makes for an absent man. There are only so many gifts you can send them across the sea, Robin. Well, I can't help you. We're just breezing on by. Our food rations, I mean, we're gonna go down to here. Yeah. Decorum? Why'd we lose decorum? Tashi gnomes will flick return with only 4 fish? Yeah, we'll turn the heat up. Freezing, 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 yeah. Dick has become malnourished. Okay. There we go, hitting week 10. I'm gonna crank the heat up. There. Well. Is there anything I can do? The med bed. I don't know. Do my nourish? I just wish it didn't take 3 of the scientists to cook up medicine, you know? Like, that's kind of annoying. Okay. I don't even know if this cures them. Okay, well, with the decorum thing, just let me do this first. And then, okay. Stanberry. Arf. Should you not be with your master dog? Please do not bother the captain. Apologies, Shaw. No doubt Stanberry smelled the scent of the latest catch on you. The latest catch? Some fish was added to the stores, I take it. Stanberry has quite a taste for it. Are you suggesting we feed it to dogs? If you wish, I assure you they have enough to eat, though. I'm certain the pack would enjoy that, but we cannot allow them to grow spoiled. Come on, Stanberry. Odd creatures. Days are getting darker, Captain. Crew's been asking about using more oil to fuel the lamps. I told them to piss off, but I figured I should ask you. Lamplight is not an unreasonable request. That oil's for the boiler. It's more important than making dinner brighter. It also makes it easier to do their work, Mr. Hammond. Well, it's the captain's decision. They'll make do with what they have. The furnace comes first. I thought so. Now I could tell them it's Captain's orders if they come sniffing around again. Captain, Templeton, I won't keep you both far too long, but after dinner we should have a discussion about the future direction of this crew. As well, we should consider moving the camp closer to the direction of the rescue. Indeed, as for when that should be, well, we'll talk later. Very well. Finish reports. Decorum. How do I... See, I'm gonna lose decorum if I don't... Let me send... You're still freezing? Okay. Nope, he's busy. Well, excuse me. Alright, go out there. Sweet. Yes. I think you can get oil from them, can't you? We're not gonna send him out there. Which one's the... Yeah. Alright, so we're getting penguins. And we can't send nobody else out, right? Yeah, no. Oh well. And the decorum thing? Anyone free for an interview? Yes, this person. Alright. The crew returned to the post. Yep. You wish to speak with us, Kurt? Indeed I did. Have you noticed anything about the ground beneath our feet, Captain? It's not about to give away, is it? Not immediately, no. We are looking at the early stages of ice breaking apart. If we don't want to join the dear old temperance, we'll need to be moving out within the week. Is that so? If we start packing from tomorrow, we'll be safe to move on at the beginning of next week. Any longer than that, we'll be dipping our toes in the water. Well, isn't it inevitable that we should keep constant movement, even ignoring the changing in the ice? Our rescue vessel will not be searching for us here. Get the word out, Kurt. We will leave in a week. I will, Captain. To stay is death. We're moving on. Thank you, Kurt. Have a good evening, Templeton and Captain. We'll have to move the camp within the coming week. Aye, we wait around here any longer and we'll be swallowed up. Captain Shaw has been cautious, and we are still set to match the arrival of the rescue. Aye, let's not waste any more bloody time. The boiler can't last forever. I'm gonna call the night sea for breakfast. Can't tend to the furnace if I'm yabbing. Good night. Doctor, you seem worse for wear this evening. Sorry, I've not had much sleep lately. Something disturbing your rest? Just some bad dreams. A shame, a shame. Get some rest early, Arthur. I'll inform you if there's any emergencies. Oh, thank you, Kurt. You can thank me with a good night's sleep. Evening, Captain. There's a song that found itself stuck in my head earlier. The dogs were pleased when I began humming it. I fear I may have to make it a habit. Music reminds me of home. I take it the same for you? There's no home to be reminded of. I prefer to keep moving. Ooh, nomadic. Perhaps the ability to do is what I miss. Okay. Okay, typical. You're not married, are you, Shaw? Take it from me, if you ever do find yourself wedded, it's never as easy as it looks. What brought this on? Late evenings on the ice grant quite a lot to look back on. And I've had a long lot to look back on, Shaw. Okay. Well, we're ending week 10. Okay, good. Will they still be cured of their... Yeah, it has to be... Yeah, okay. Oof. Our rations. Gnomes the cavity. Yeah, okay. Okay, freezing. Freezing. Dick was cured with further malnourishment. Alright, everybody. Thank you for watching, and we will join for week 11 next time.